Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tulani. I'm a registered nurse currently working in the UK. I've been in the UK for about 4 years now. So guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about why I think you should move to the UK as a nurse. Any nurse from any African country. So guys, there are so many reasons why you should relocate to the UK, and this obviously will depend on personal preferences. So that will be what you like. I cannot say everyone should move to the UK or everyone should leave South Africa. And again, guys, I love South Africa. South Africa is my country. I love it so much, but I had to leave, guys, for many different reasons, which may not be the same reasons as you. But here are some of the things that will maybe motivate you to move to the UK as a nurse. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the pay. Okay, we all know, as a South African nurse, the pay isn't great, and that's a known factor. In fact, in Africa, nurses are paid very poorly, and we know in the UK the nurses are paid very good. And I know many people may talk about the States and other places. I know they pay very good, which is fantastic and people are enjoying, but I like the UK for different reasons, and some of them I'll mention them here. So in the UK, the entry salary, I have the things written just there. I'll be just reading so that I don't miss anything. So the entry salary in the UK, when you come into the UK as a new nurse, you will come as a pre-registered nurse. That means you're still waiting to do your OSCE exam, which is the practical exam that you can only do in the UK. If you've watched my previous video, or if you haven't watched it yet, you may want to watch it because it has some information about the processes to come to the UK. So as a pre-registered nurse, when you get into the UK, the salary that they're likely to put you on, and then depending on whether you're going to the NHS or you're going to care homes. So the NHS is like the government, and then mainly hospitals, and care homes are privately owned. So the care homes obviously pay more than the NHS, but that would be a choice whether you want to go to a hospital, whether you like the hospital, or you don't mind going to the care homes. So here, the pay, when you come to the UK, they'll start you at around £22,000 a year, which is equivalent to 523,000 rands a year, and that converted to a month, it will be 43,000 rands a month. That is when you are not yet registered as a nurse. And then that will be you on normal hours, which is likely to be 3.5 days a week. So in care homes is different. So in care homes, you are going to start roughly slightly higher than the hospital as a pre-registered nurse, but mainly it will be around the same figure. But once you register as a nurse, once you've cleared your OSCE and you have your PIN and now you're working as a nurse, in the NHS, they will be giving you roughly around £28,000 a year, which goes to 655,000 rands a year. And that takes us to 54,000 rands a month. So that's a good figure. Because when I left South Africa myself, I will take roughly around 18,000. So this is a good figure. So almost 4 times. So, and then in the care homes, the same nurse will be starting at around £32,000 a year, which is 748,000 rands a year. And then a month is roughly around 62,400. Bear in mind, guys, this is you contracted to work 3.5 days a week. So you can work more hours, you can work more days, and that will mean you'll get more money. So this is the basics. I would want to talk about overtime because that will be personal choice, but this is the minimum of what you're going to get in the UK. So already the figures are good. And then if you're a hard worker, if you're someone who wants to make money, you can make more than this. Okay, guys, so that's the first reason, money. But money isn't everything, I know, but we do need the money. So money is not everything. That's why my next point here is talking about healthcare. In South Africa, in order for you to receive the best healthcare, and not because of the best stuff, but equipment-wise, you need to have a medical aid. You need to, go to the likes of Mediclinic or Netcare. But in the UK, we have free healthcare. So the free healthcare in the UK it's equivalent to like the likes of Mediclinic or Netcare in South Africa, because the equipment, the treatment, and everything you will get. So it's free. So that cuts on a lot of issues. So there's no worries about the healthcare. And then you have to, you have your healthcare. You are covered if you become sick. If you get admitted into hospital, you don't have to be paying any extra. So that is one of the other reasons after they pay. So you have good healthcare, and this covers your family as well. So for those who have families, it covers your family as well. Like myself, I came with my family, so they are all covered. Free healthcare, and then the money is good. And then the third one that I'm going to talk about is schools. In South Africa, in order to get the best education, mainly we have to pay private schools so our children can get the best, because public schools sometimes, it depends. I went to public school myself, but public schools sometimes we don't want to take our kids there for different reasons. So you have to take them to private school for better education. But in the UK, the same public schools in the UK, they have a way better standard, or equivalent to some of the best private schools in South Africa. When I was still in South Africa, my child used to go to a private school. She only went to private school when I was still there, which was obviously expensive for me with my salary. But then, when we moved here, she got better education compared to what she was even getting in South Africa without paying a cent. So whether you have 2 kids, 3 kids, 4, 5, 6, they don't pay a cent in the UK, and they'll get the best education. And the education is so good because it's so much individualized that they have goals for your child. They have, your child, when your child starts, they will have goals for your child, where they wish for them to get after the first quarter, the second quarter, and all that. So free education and good education. And then now going to the fourth thing. This one, I know, this one is debatable. In South Africa, there are places where it's not safe. And in the UK as well, there will be places that are not safe. But we are not talking about the safety like we talk about in the likes of Johannesburg or those areas where you'll be counting murders and all these things. In the UK, guys, it is safe. I mean, now when I'm filming this video, it's just 9. But guys, you could go anywhere this time, where the area that I live in, and it's safe. You're not even scared of anything. So the safety is there. And then I've been here, as I told you, about 4 years. I never had issues with safety, of which that means a lot, because it's a foreign country. I'm a foreigner, but I've never had issues. I know some people may argue different. Some people may have experienced other things. But to me personally, I've been here for 4 years. I've never experienced anything adverse that will, that made me to think twice about my being in the UK. So that's the thing, safety. There is safety in the UK. And the fifth thing is career progression, which I believe, if you're watching this video, you want something better for your life. You want to be somewhere better than where you are today. So I believe that you want to progress in your career, because being a nurse doesn't mean you will always be doing the same thing over and over and over again, but it means you want to grow. You want to, expand your career in different ways. You see, in South Africa, career growth, especially in government facilities, is very, very slow. They use the grading system. They will tell you 10 years, or if your yearly performance is good for this consistent time, then it's 5 years. But even though when they move you from one grade to another, it's just an addition of 3,000, 2,000, or 4,000. But it's not the case in the UK. In the UK, your progression is not dependent on your experience. It's actually dependent on you, yourself. You are the one who determines your progression, your determination, what you want to do. It's like specialty in the UK. You can come to the UK. Let's say, for example, you want to be an ICU nurse. You come to the UK, you work in a hospital, and then you decide, okay, I want to specialize. They will fund you. They will fund you as long as you apply and you are willing and you are showing that you are determined. They will take you and they'll train you to be an ICU nurse. So progression here, you don't have to wait for years for government approvals and all these things. So progression is there. Like, I've been here for 4 years, but already I'll talk about it in another video. I'm now maybe 5, 6 steps above what I came here as, and that is because they don't count the years, they count your determination. So that's the thing in the UK. And then now, looking at the 6th one, is good family life. This is obviously dependent on your personality. In the UK, just like in other country, you can choose the place that you want to go to. If you love, maybe fast life, you can go to London, you can go to likes of Manchester, or you can go different places. If you like, quiet life, and you can go to the parts Northern Ireland, you can go to, it's up to you. You'll judge yourself when you come here what you love. Some people love, quiet places. Some people love that fast life, and it's different. So I cannot really choose for you, but you yourself need to research which part of the country will you be interested. And then if you need to know maybe more, you can just comment below just to ask questions, and then I'll be able to answer you whenever I can. So in the UK, the family life is good. It's brilliant. I came here with my family, and then they promote that a lot. I mean, because of the visa that we have here. So you can bring your family, you can bring your husband or your wife, you can bring your children. As long as they are below 18 years old, they can come in the UK. And another good thing, before I forget, is that if you live in the UK for 5 years continuous on the visa that you'll be on as a nurse, in the 5th year, after 5 years, you can apply for what we call indefinite leave to remain, meaning now you want to be a permanent resident in the UK. So that's one of the benefits as well. So that is it. Good family life. You will have, they allow you to bring your family, you will have your own house, you will have your own accommodation of your choice, you live in the area of your choice, you live the life that you want to live. It's not like you are in exile, you are just coming to make money and run away. No, you will actually be living the life you want to live while you are here. And then that's up to you. So the other thing is UK, it's not too far, in terms of difference from South Africa. So UK is not that different from South Africa. Okay, it is different in terms of development. It is different in terms of, advancements and all this. It's a developed country. We all know that. But in terms of life, I've been in the UK for 4 years. To be honest with you, the only main difference is the cold. The UK is cold. It's cold in winter, very cold. But in the summer, you do get the sun, even though it's not like the South African sun. But the lifestyle, the type of food, okay, the way they cook the food is not the same way we cook. But all the spices that you will need, you will get them. All the type of food, the chicken, rice or whatever, you will get it. And then now we do have South African shops as well. So if you miss like the likes of, boerewors or whatever South African, because they don't have boerewors here from the UK, so you buy it from South African shops. So there's not much difference. And then again, the roads. When you come to the UK, in order for you to drive, unlike maybe if you're in America where now you have to drive on the other side of the road, in the UK is the same. The road signs, the roads are the same. You can see there's not much difference. So UK and South Africa, in terms of the structural, standing, is not that different. Even though I still say South Africa is more beautiful, because we have beautiful houses and all, but the UK is very, very nice as well, with its own type of infrastructure. And we have places that are very, very beautiful, and then it's very, very, it's welcoming. Talking about, some people will tell you different experiences. I know people will talk about asking about maybe racism, or ask about, did you have any problems? I personally myself, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never had it. I live very, very close with the people I live with, and then mostly the people from this country, and I don't have an issue. I've not seen anything. But this doesn't mean some people may have experienced that. So I know that people have different experiences, but where we are today, where we live and where I work, I'm enjoying, and I don't have a problem. So guys, those are the reasons that I think you should move to the UK. And then guys, see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and then I will see you guys later. I'll bring more information, I'll bring more things, and then I'll be talking about broadly about everything that you can expect in the UK. And also I'll dive deep into the processes of actually coming to the UK. My first video talked about the steps, but I didn't expand into the steps. So I'll try to make videos into talking about the English exam, talking about the CBT, talking about the visa application, the TB, and everything else until you get to the UK. So I'll try to compile that video, guys. Enjoy yourselves, and please think about it. It's worth it. It's worth a try, and don't give up. Cheers, guys. Bye.